Very good afternoon to all. Today we will be discussing the simple numericals about calculation of the dimensions related to transverse module, normal module, or transverse pressure angle, piece circle diameter, center distance, addendum and dedendum circle diameter. So these are very basic things, but which are required or very useful in your further calculations of like power transmitting capacity problem or beam strength, wear strength problem. So these are the basic things which are required for solving the further problem. So we will be taking two numericals in this case, simple dimension calculation numericals for helical gear. So let us start. We will take first problem number one. A pair of parallel helical gear consists of 20 teeth pinion meshing with a 40 teeth gear. The helix angle is 25 degree and the normal pressure angle is 20 degree. The normal module is 3 millimeters. So let us first write down that's what is given. And we have to calculate transverse module, transverse pressure angle, axial pitch, pitch circle diameter for pinion and gear, the center distance, dedendum and addendum circle diameters of pin. So these are the different things that we have to calculate. So let us proceed. What is given, I will write down 20 teeth pinion meshing with a 40 teeth gear. So number of teeth on pinion and number of teeth on a gear it is given. So I will say very first what is given in this case. So I will say 20 teeth pinion ZP is equal to 20 meshing with a 40 teeth gear ZG is equal to 40. The helix angle is 25 degree. Helix angle is 25 degree and normal pressure angle is 20 degrees. So normal I will say alpha n is equal to 20 degrees and normal module it is given mn is equal to 3 millimeters. And what is asked here? We have to calculate in this case the transverse module. I will say M, transverse pressure angle alpha, then axial pitch PA, then pitch circle diameters. So I will say here DP and DG. Then I have to calculate the center distance and addendum and dedendum circle diameter. So DA, then DF, and also I have to calculate the center distance. So these are the different things that you have to calculate. And now write down what is given and what is we have to calculate. Then we will be starting one by one. All formulas are with us. We will go slowly with all formulas and we will complete it. Okay, so as per our generalized basic things, I will give you the formulas also. So though it is very simple, it's first a problem. So I will take this number one by one. So we are having M is equal to Mn divided by cos of psi. I can calculate module. Number two, tan of alpha is equal to tan of alpha n. divided by cos of psi. I have modified it is in terms of cos of psi. Then we are having PA, axial pitch is equal to P divided by tan of psi. So I can calculate. Here I have to calculate module. Here I have to calculate alpha. Here I have to calculate PA. Number 4, diameter for pinion gear. We are having ZMN divided by cos of psi. For pinion, I will put here ZP. Gear, I will put here ZG. I can calculate both the things. Very simple. Center distance is nothing but 1/2 dp plus dg. So here we are calculating dp and dg also both. So I will calculate here for pinion, and then similarly I will say dg is equal to zg mn divided by cos of psi. So I can calculate dp dg. The center distance is nothing but the pitch circle radius of pinion and gear. So easily I can calculate. And last, addendum circle diameter and dedendum. So dA is equal to, yesterday we have seen all these formulas. mn into bracket zp divided by cos psi plus 2. Sorry, df here is equal to mn into bracket minus 2.5. So this is the formula for addendum and dedendum circle diameter of pinion. Similarly, you can calculate the addendum and dedendum circle diameter. Only it is asked for pinion, so we have calculated. If you require, you can calculate for gears. So these are this is the related to problem, and very simple thing is there. So these are the steps, or I will say you can call this as, I will not call it as steps. So if we are generally calling as steps, I will call it as formulae required for solving the numerical. So all the formulas are written that we have discussed yesterday, all these formulas, and now let us start. So we will go one by one by putting the proper thing. So I will say here transverse module m is equal to mn divided by cos of psi. We are having values 3 divided by cos of 25. So we will get value of m. So calculate this value, then be fast, tell me. So here we will get the module. These are the simple problems which will be asked in your objective type questions also. Anybody reply module is equal to, then we will proceed further. Answer for module. It is very simple calculation. Be fast. 3.31. 3.31. Okay. So I will say here 3.31. Transverse pressure angle. I will say here tan of alpha is equal to tan of alpha n divided by cos of psi. So if I will put the value here is equal to alpha n tan 20 divided by cos 25. Tell me the value for alpha, not for alpha n. I want alpha, take tan inverse. 21.88. Okay. 21.88. Simple steps are there. Number 3, go for axial pitch. Axial pitch, I can say PA is equal to P divided by P divided by tan of. Yeah. So I will put here is equal to P. You can take it as pi m divided by tan of psi pi into 3.31 divided by tan of 25. So I will get PA is equal to answer in millimeter. Calculate 22.3. Okay. Any other? Okay. 22.3. Okay. Okay. So I will put the value 22.30. Then next pitch circle diameter for pinion and gear. I will say pitch circle diameter. So what is the formula here? I will write dp is equal to formula is zmn. We are taking for pinion. So zpmn divided by cos of psi. You will get value for dp. Calculate. Similarly, I will say dg is equal to zgmn divided by cos of psi. Substitute here values and tell me the value for dp and dg. Okay, so you have calculated dp. I will say here dp 20 into 3 divided by cos of 25, and here I can say 40 into 3 divided by cos of 25. Okay, 66.2 and 132.4041. Okay, so I will say 66.2, 20 millimeters, and here I can say 132.440 or 41 millimeter. So these are your, you can call it as this. Okay, so let us proceed further. So now, before taking addendum and dedendum, I will calculate the center distance. So center distance is given by A is equal to 1 half dp plus dg. Very simple. It is the pitch circle radius for gear and pitch circle radius for pinion. And addition of these two will give you this. So I will say A is equal to 1 half into 66.2 plus 132.4. So what you will get? Center distance as calculate. Okay, very simple. Huh? Now I have written here the formula directly as I have written dp plus dg. In one of the numerical, dp is nothing but zpmn divided by cos psi. dg zgmn divided by cos psi. If any time we are having center distance with us, then we can calculate the normal module or psi angle if other things are given. This is very important aspect. We will take one more problem based on this also. This is very straightforward problem. Next to last step, I can say addendum and dedendum circle diameters for pinion and gear. Addendum and dedendum circle diameters for pinion. Gear is not asked, we are not calculating. If it is asked, we can calculate, no problem. Only ZG we have to put there, nothing any change. So dA is equal to Mn Z divided by cos psi. We are calculating for pinion. I have written there P. So you can substitute the value here. 3 into bracket 20 divided by cos of 25 plus 2. This formula we have discussed in yesterday's calculation of this part. So what is addendum and addendum circle diameter? Dedendum and dedendum circle diameter. So you can calculate this for pinion. Df is equal to normal module in bracket Zp divided by cos psi. As we are calculating for pinion, I have written here Zp minus 2.5. So I can say here 3 into bracket 20 divided by cos of 25 minus 2.5. This will give you dedendum circle diameter. Okay, tell the values for addendum and dedendum circle diameter. Tell the values for addendum and dedendum circle diameter. dA is equal to, by substituting all the values, 72.2. Okay, and dF. Okay, dA agreed, 72.2 millimeters, and dF 58.7 millimeters. Very good. So in this way, we can solve this numerical. So very simple, and these are the formulas. In one of the case, if the psi is not given, then how to calculate this? Okay, this problem is over. Let us take next problem. A simple problem is there. So problem number 2, I will start here directly. A pair of parallel helical gears consist of 25 teeth pinion meshing with a 50 teeth gear. So simultaneously, I will write down what is given. So here 25 teeth pinion meshing with a 50 teeth gear. The normal pressure angle is 20 degree alpha n, and normal module is 4 millimeter. Mn is equal to 4 millimeter. The center distance is 165. A is given, center distance 165 millimeters. See, in the last numerical just now we have discussed, in that psi value is given. Now in this case, the center distance is given. And what is asked in this case? What is required to be calculated? So first we have to calculate the module, transverse module. Then second, we can say helix angle. So very important is helix angle. Then the axial pitch, PA. Pitch circle diameter of pinion and gear. DP and DG. The transverse pressure angle. Addendum and dedendum circle diameters for pinion. Okay. So very first, we can calculate all these things. We are having all the formulas, but in every formula you require psi. So your first attack should be how to calculate psi. Then and then only you can proceed further. So for calculating all these things, your first attack should be on calculating of this psi. If you can calculate this helix angle, then definitely you can calculate all the remaining things. Okay. So in this case, first we will be calculating helix angle, and then all the formulas are same. Now in this case, we will not going for writing the separate formulas. We will directly proceed for the numerical. So write down what is given. I will give you 1 minute and what is required to be calculated. Okay, let us start. Now we will be starting with very first the center distance, because we have to calculate very first point before any calculation. Though first module is asked, but we have to go for calculation of first psi. So we will calculate psi. So for calculating of psi, I can say that this helix angle, I have to write the formula for this. So I am having the formula for center distance. I will write A is equal to 1/2 dp plus dg. Now we are having A is equal to 1/2 into bracket. dp is nothing but mnzp divided by cos of psi plus mnzg divided by cos of psi. Now if you identify this formula, then what is with us? Center distance is given, normal module is given, number of teeth given, again normal module and number of teeth on gear is given. If you take a look toward this formula, only unknown is psi. So if I can put all the values, then very easily I can go for calculation of this psi. So just substitute all the values, and again you can go for this simplified version of this formula also. A is equal to mn into bracket zp plus zg divided by 2 cos of psi. So I will put the values 165 is equal to 4 into bracket number of teeth 25 plus 50, just have a look, 25 plus 50 divided by 2 cos of psi. What is unknown? Helix angle psi will be unknown, and you will get the answer. Now put all the values and tell me the answer for psi. So if psi is known, you can calculate all the remaining things. Tell me the answer. For psi, helix angle, what will be the answer? 24.619, 24.61619. Okay, I will say 62. So I will write the answer here. You write 619, no problem. I will round it up. Now remaining things I can easily calculate. So next I will take here transverse module. In bracket I can say M. So I am having here the formula for this. M is equal to Mn divided by cos of psi 4 divided by cos of 24.62. So I will get m is equal to in millimeters. I will get the value of module 4.40, 4.39, 4.4. Okay, I will go with 4.4. Okay. Next, I will proceed with number 3, axial pitch. PA. So I will write the formula for PA. Substitute the values. 5 into 4.40 divided by tan of 24.62. You will get PA is equal to in millimeters. PA is equal to 30.16, 30.17. Okay. 30.164. Okay. Millimeter. Next, transverse pressure angle. I can say here number 4. Transverse pressure angle alpha. So we are having formula here. Tan of alpha is equal to tan of alpha n divided by cos of psi is equal to divided by you will get alpha is equal to 21.819, 21.8. Okay, 819. Okay. So I will say 21.882, 819. I will take 82. No problem. Okay, next. Pitch a circle diameter for pinion and gear. I will say PCD of pinion and gear. I can say here BP is equal to MNZP divided by cos of psi 4 into 25 divided by cos of hmm. Tell me answer or check whether it is correct. Gg is equal to mn g divided by cos of psi is equal to 4 into 50 divided by cos of 24.62. Tell me the value first for dp and dg. Value for this 110. Okay. Okay, so I will say here 220 millimeters. Okay, so now to the last part of this numerical, what is asked. So I can say here number 6. Addendum and addendum circle diameter of pinion of pinion. So now we are having formula dA for pinion is equal to mn in bracket zp divided by cos of psi plus 2. I will say is equal to 4 into bracket 25 divided by cos of 24.62 plus 2. So I will get dA for pinion dF the random circle diameter. I will say mn into bracket zp divided by cos of psi minus 2.5 4 into bracket 20 divided by cos of 24.62 minus 2.5. I will get dF for pinion is equal to tell me the answers for pinion. Answers addendum circle diameter for pinion is equal to and addendum circle diameter for pinion. So the values will be 118 and 100, 118 and 100. Okay, so I will say here dA is equal to 118 millimeter and dF is equal to 100 millimeter. So this is some different example that we have discussed in this case. So in last numerical, psi was given and everything by simple formulas we have calculated. But if the psi value, that is helix angle, is not given, then we can calculate the helix angle as shown here. And after calculating the helix angle, further things by using formula, we can easily calculate the transverse module, axial pitch, transverse pressure angle, pitch circle, diameter for pinion and gear, and addendum circle diameters for pinion and dedendum circle diameters for gear. If it is asked to calculate for gear also, we can easily calculate. That is not the difficult. Only we have to change the formulas. And by just changing the formulas, you can easily calculate these things.